Ciao! I was asked by Russian television to do an interview about a couple of different topics. I had to record my answer to those questions, and so I thought it would be quite useful to find out if someone else needs some sort of clarification, and so this is the video. I wrote down the questions and you get the answer afterward, and if you can stand a little bit of Itanglish, so Italian English, so shish and have a go. The authors of the letter are primarily concerned on a twofold problem. On one way we have potential dangers, and on the other way we have ethical implication of artificial intelligence. Their fears stem from the possibility that any unchecked or unregulated AI development could lead into systems that become either too powerful or too autonomous or too unpredictable. These concerns can range in a huge variety of issues, from job losses due to automation to more dramatic ones, like the development of autonomous weapons, or in general the misalignment between the AI goals and human values. In my opinion, many of these fears are justified to some extent. It is really crucial to prioritize safety and ethics in AI development and to create some sort of international regulation and guidelines aimed to ensuring that AI serves the best interest of humanity. However, completely suspending AI development for such a small time frame, for example, I don't think it will accomplish too much, and it may hinder scientific progress or slow down some potential benefits of AI that AI can bring right now. So while it is important to strike a balance between innovation and responsible development, I don't really think that stopping the development for some few months will gain any kind of knowledge more than what we have right now. Well, while it's true that a complete pause may be too difficult to achieve, considering that the international competition and the extensive ongoing research in the field is up and running, it is possible to create some sort of more global cooperative approach. This can be achieved by promoting collaboration among different countries and fostering a safe and ethical research on AI development. The key lies in fostering dialogues among government, international organization and industry, not leaving the industry alone. And the aim should be creating some sort of unified set of regulation and policies. This would help ensure that the AI development of AI technology is aligned with some sort of the broader goals of humanity and carried out with the necessary safe measure in place. We cannot really afford to not have this kind of safety measurement in place. Well, what happened in Italy is the first instance of a government that is concerned about personal data of users. It may be a little bit too much to just outright block the access, but in practice, Italy has not blocked the access. Italy has asked for OpenAI to stop treating data and managing data of Italian citizens, and OpenAI autonomously decided that blocking OpenAI was the way. And while concern are right and good, and outright ban might not be the most effective response to such issues. Instead, focusing on creating clear regulation and guidelines on AI, talking with different national authorities could be a better way to approach it. In addition, it's worth mentioning, although less known outside of Europe, Italy has always been one of the pioneer countries in championing the privacy rights and confidentiality of its citizens. The country has contributed in a very significant way to the development of the European data regulation, the GDPR, and has been represented by prominent figures who are well known internationally. This strong commitment to privacy underlies Italy's willingness to take maybe the necessary steps to protect its citizen in the face of some technology that is rapidly evolving, such as artificial intelligence. So by leveraging such expertise and the experience in privacy protection, Italy, among other countries in the world that are starting to think about AI, are trying to continue to drive the development of robust regulations and policies that cater to the responsible and ethical development of artificial intelligence. It's the first instance. I don't think it will be lost. Well, what happened in Belgium is deeply troubling. And it's deeply troubling to hear at all of such incidents. To prevent this similar situation in future, developers, policymakers, and stakeholders should take some proactive measures. The first one could be improving AI system designs, so enhancing the ability of artificial intelligence to identify and handle this kind of sensitive situation that may happen. And discussion about self-harm, mental health issues, and other critical topics. The AI should be trained specifically to recognize these kind of situations and response offering support, not encouraging harmful actions. It's something that must be prepared in advance. Another way is developing guidelines and best practices. Governments and organizations, there are organizations devoted to these kind of issues, must create some sort of guideline and best practices for handling sensitive issues. Think about all the legislation all around the world concerning the representation of suicides in press, for example. We had to create these kind of guidelines, and we have to start again and create guidelines even for artificial intelligence. Of course, there is there is user education, so the users must be informed by the limitation of AI system, making maybe a little bit more clear that they should not rely only on chatbots for answers. And the basic of it is AI research on safety and ethics. So we have to focus on encouraging AI companies and AI research to focus first of all on safety and ethical consideration. I know that ethics and any kind of safety regulations are looking for a way to hinder advancement and progression in the humanity, but in this peculiar case, those are most critical topics. Unfortunately, the concern raised by Japan's Ministry of Education are not entirely unfounded, are not without merit. With increasing reliance, not only from children, but from people in general, on artificial intelligence systems like GPT to retrieve information, there may be potential consequences on the ability to think critically and reasoning independently. However, is crucial I think, to examine these kind of concerns within the broader context of technology adoption and education. AI system can indeed make errors, and they do quite a lot right now. ChatGPT is full of errors, and they can span some sort of incorrect information. If we have some sort of over-dependence on AI, that can lead to not only taking information at face value, but in reduced creativity, in reduced problem-solving skills, or independent reason. The use of AI tools into education is some sort of a double-edged sword. On one hand, these tools have potential to really revolutionize and enhance the learning process by providing personalized assistance, streamline research, step-by-step education for each and every single different kids in a way that each and every one of them can understand. On the other hand, their misuse can lead to academic dishonesty, hampering the students' ability to develop some sort of necessary learning and problem-solving skills. So instead of fighting, we could do a couple of things. Better integrating AI into the education in a more balanced way, for example. AI can be used to support learning and teaching, but it should not replace the essential human interaction. And maybe concentrating a little bit less on notions and memory, and a bit more emphasis on developing some sort of critical thinking skills. So educational curriculum should emphasize critical thinking, analysis and synthesis as some sort of core competencies, not something more that you normally do. And we have to encourage some sort of thoughtful integration with AI system, teaching the students that not only teaching students about the beauty of AI, but all the different limitations, and there are many of them. In conclusion, while the concern raised by the Minister of Education are valid and of meriting, we have to find a way to address that in a more proactive way within the context of education. Well, if we try to avoid extreme scenarios, but we must think about it a little bit, there are several potential threats arising from AI development. Let's make a list. First of all, deepfakes and misinformation, of course. As AI-driven technologies like deepfake generation and text synthesis more and more, and they become more sophisticated, there's obviously the risk of spreading false information, or better, manipulating public opinion and undermining trust in media all around the world. This poses challenge to maintain a well-informed society, and so protecting democratic processes. There is a huge problem in privacy and security. AI algorithms can be and are being used to create some sort of invasive personal privacy conflicts. So they collect and analyze mass quantities of data, and they can misuse it. Additionally, the risk of cyber attacks using artificial intelligence for malicious purpose, leading to potential breaches in personal and national securities. Artificial intelligence machines are being known for finding new and strange ways to attack other than defend. We have a problem of job displacement. We must cope about that. With the increased automation of labor-intensive and even repetitive skills done by machines, we have a problem of displacement of workforce. So that creates social and economical challenges, and not a few of them. We must have some sort of concentration of effort in ensuring smooth job transitioning and the development of new skill and new education and retraining of the actual workforce. We have a huge problem in biases and discrimination. AI system, especially if you try to use that in decision-making processes, may unintentionally perpetuate some sort of biases and discrimination, because those discrimination and biases are most likely present in the training data. So this can lead to unfair and adverse consequences for certain groups of people. And I'm not only talking about discrimination in a broad point of view. I'm talking about hiring, loans, healthcare. We don't know how artificial intelligence. If we do not scrutinize that thoroughly, we do not know if and when a decision an automatic decision by artificial intelligence could lead to discrimination. And last but not least, we have an ethical issues. Well, we have piles of ethical issues actually, because as AI start to permeate into various facets of societies, all the ethical concerns surrounding transparency, accountability, moral implication, all of them arise, and we must be ready to face them. So all of these threats are genuine, and recognizing and addressing them must be done right now, when we still have a little bit more of time to understand how better integrate those processes. And we have to encourage research on AI safety, supporting AI policy and regulations all around the world, and stressing all and all over again how transparency and diversity in development is something that we must take into account.